Floridians, friends and countrymen, lend me your ear. I want to first thank this council for giving us this opportunity to come and share our grievance. I want to really applaud for the public strength of Trayvon Martin's family for handling this injustice with dignity and with class. Before I go into my remarks, I want to ask all clergy who are in the room to please stand, because there's a great army of ministers of the gospel. You may be seated. Charles Dickens, in his classic work, The Tale of Two Cities, opens it up with probably the most recognized line in all of English literature. It was the best of times and it was the worst of times. And in this moment for us, it is probably the best and the worst of times. Reverend Sharpton and Reverend Jackson have been working arduously in supporting our president in his effort in his endeavor to make sure that every American have affordable health care. Tomorrow, while it is that many of us are leaving out of Sanford, Florida, 46 million people across this nation will be uncovered. Will be argued in front of the Supreme Court by two of our Congress ladies are here. Will be argued in front of the Supreme Court as to whether or not health care is constitutional and whether it should be available to every person. We've assembled from across this nation, from Washington, D.C., Chicago, Detroit, Baltimore, Atlanta, Los Angeles, because we realize that there is a health care crisis, not the one in which President Obama is fighting for. But we're here because the health care crisis, ladies and gentlemen, is that the justice system in Florida is sick. 30 days after a young man was brutally and innocently killed, and after the 911 tapes have been released, and after we know exactly who the culprit is, there still is not an arrest. Around the world, people are looking into Sanford, trying to figure out how sick is a system that will allow a young boy to be killed innocently and still not be found in justice. So we've come today, all different walks of life, all different cultures, all different economic backgrounds, all different educational structures, to ask, what can we do to help you get better? Because something is It is obvious from an outside perspective that the Justice Department of Florida really doesn't realize how sick they are. We come here on planes and on trains and in church buses, on airplanes, to try to lend some health instruction as to what it is that you may be dealing with. It is obvious over the last 30 days that the Justice Department and the Sheriff's Department of Sanford has come down with an acute case of Zydeco. The balance is off in the justice system. When today, while it is that we're speaking, that there are 635,000 black men behind bars. That we are only 12% of the U.S. population, but 56% of the prison population. There is, in fact, an imbalance. Because the reality is that all of us realize that if Mr. Zimmerman happened to have a darkened hue of melanin, we would not be waiting for any further investigation. Just on yesterday, many sympathizers who were adversarial to our campaign began to in fact send heartfelt condolences and well wishes to former Vice President Dick Cheney. Because just on yesterday, he went through a heart transplant. And they asked the critical question at 71 years of age, is he qualified and strong enough? And the doctor said yes, even though he's in a weakened state, he's had many heart attacks and many heart failures, he can still handle a new heart. And African Americans and college students and young people have converged into Sanford, Florida, because we still believe in the judicial system, even after our heart has been broken, even after we've been let down, even after we see that there is grave injustice. You gotta, in fact, give us extra credit of merit that we still believe in the justice system when Mr. Zimmerman is running free and Michael Vick went to jail over some money. Mr. Zimmerman is running free, and some random unnamed woman will throw flour on Kim Kardashian and go straight to jail. And we were able to stand in this place and still put our right hand over our chest and declare out loud that we pledge allegiance to a flag that has forgotten that he was on the backs of African Americans. Has invaded Sanford, obviously is in fact an acute place that is not just, Mr. Mayor, physical ailments, but one of the most overlooked issues in healthcare that have not been addressed is mental health. People who are psychotically off, who are mentally imbalanced, and emotionally unsure. It is obviously, after looking at the record of George Zimmerman, he needs some emotional help. Send him to jail to get that kind of help. So that when he gets out of it, he'll be able to think with a different kind of mind. In the time that we have left, I want to say to you that Mr. Trayvon Martin found himself splattered just blocks away from his father's house. But that's not the first time we saw Martin killed. It was just a few years ago on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel. We saw another dreamer who was walking towards justice and equality. And because of some insecure sniper who couldn't get a real job, stood in the bushes and shot down my dreamer. Some racists believed that they would kill the dreamer. But I stand on behalf of these 2 million people. And the dreamers are still coming.